Alright, guys, it's been a while that I did a video. If you remember on the series I was doing, I did a meditation series on meditation, and I had the first one out. You can actually check out for the first one I did. I'll attach it to this video. You can just watch the first one I did, meditation part one, and so this is the part two. But before I start, there's this quote I'm always saying, which comes from article Proverbs, section 24, subsection 3, which says, by wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established, and the house is filled with goodies through knowledge. Let's get to it. So in my first video on meditation, I talked about what meditation is. Meditation is the practice of using the mind and the body, the mind, which is the seat of the soul, to focus on a particular thought, a subject matter, or a particular word, or just to direct that focus to be able to come to a point of awareness and consciousness. And I gave a dichotomy between awareness and consciousness. Awareness, people say, oh, this person knows this thing, but there's a difference. There are levels to it. So awareness is the first level of having a fact. But consciousness goes deeper than just mental, or just you being around that information or having access to that information, because it's possible for someone to have access to an information, but it's not in the person's consciousness yet. If we have levels of consciousness. You have consciousness, you have the level that is subconscious, your subconsciousness, and you also have your unconsciousness. That goes deeper than your subconscious levels. The moment you hear meditation, everybody already feels like it's one woo-hoo kind of thing, where you see a Buddhist monk just sitting somewhere, wearing that orange and what they wear on their neck, and just sitting down in a serene environment, with the breeze blowing, and then it's just chanting something. Or for somebody who is doing yoga, or for someone who is doing, any of this, or even more. But meditation is, like I said in my last video, is not the exclusive reserve of any religion. It has never been and will never be. And in this part two, I'll actually be categorizing them without much further. Number one, remember, like I said, meditation is not the exclusive reserve of any religion. So you can categorize meditation into two. You have by religion and you have by non-religion. So by religion, this is where you now talk about the religions of the world. Buddhist, the Confucius religion, Islam, Christianity, and so on and so forth. There's so many. In fact, I think right now, we should have over 4,200 plus religions in the world. That's to tell you, people are looking for solutions. They are looking for answers. They are looking for how to connect to a higher force, divine, whatever name you want to give to it. So they just want to connect to something deeper than just the physical. That shows you. And I don't know if it's even more. Maybe probably it's 4,400 plus now by now. But I know it's over 4,200 or so religions in the world registered with followers and adherents. So it's a proof that people are looking for answers. There are meditative practices by religion. Like a Christian, for instance, we have our own way of doing meditation, biblical meditations. Every of our meditations is centered on the Bible. I'm sure some people say, oh, but it's written by men. Well, let's not go to that argument. Let's not go to that argument. The fact that it's written by men doesn't mean the source or the inspiration came. And if you look up the word inspiration, you would find out that inspiration is from the root word inspire. Inspire can be broken into two words. You have in and you have spire. And spire has to do with breathing. It's another way of saying breathing. When you say spire, you're saying breathing. So to be inspired or to have inspiration is in breathing of a particular thought into you, right? So it is not your own thought. So when people argue and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it was written by men, but the inspiration was not men. It was just inspired by God, but written through men. It's possible for something to be inspired by a being or a spirit, but the thing about human language is we may not be able to capture all those thoughts. We'll do the best we can to be able to capture the thoughts in written form. And so that's what it is with the Bible. That's why you see people pick it and they won't get anything. You can read the Bible cover to cover and not get anything. It's not just the letter like it will say, but the spirit behind the letter. You can pick any book. There are people who are reading the same book everybody is reading, and then it's like they're not getting anything out of it. It's not just what was just written, the letters, pages, but the spirit inside that letter. So you have meditation by religion, and then you have meditation by non-religion. Meditation by non-religion or non-religious meditative practices. This is where you talk about stillness. This is where you talk about reflection. I think there's a book, Marcus Aurelius Meditations, is a very good example of non-religious meditation types of meditation is. You can look up the book anyway. I'm sure they are all over the internet. You can make your purchase and get the book. Non-religion, you have reflection, you have stillness, you have breath meditation too. In a way it's somehow non-religious because anybody can pick it and use it according to how they deem fit. These are the two categories of meditation. The last video I'll be doing next, I'll be talking about how meditation can be applied. Now, this is based on my own faith as a Christian. I don't know for other people who are Buddhist or Muslims and all of that, the Confucius religion, or anyone from any other religion. I don't know about that, but I know about mine. I'm sharing mine for you. Hope you got to learn something. I'll leave you with my favorite quote, like I always do, from article Proverbs, section 24, subsection 3, which says, "By wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established. And the house is filled with goodies or good things through knowledge." Stay blessed, remain blessed. I remain a student of life and a speaker of thoughts, Dave Nayo Kush. Join me in my next one.